My name? It's Leo Trotsky. You may have heard of me. I shook up the fantasy football world once upon a time, before the powers that be snuffed me out just as easily as you could snuff out a cigarette.
If you're hearing this dispatch, my name is Peter von Broggenin, and I have been banished from the fantasy football industry for my radical ideas. Banished.
What happened, you said? What happened? Well, it is a long story. But I'll start at the beginning.
Under the Helmet kicked me off their site, okay? The fantasy footballers have banished me from their YouTube comment section. Sigmund Bloom has a restraining order on me.
I barnstormed the fantasy football industry 5 years ago with a strategy that threatened not just to destroy all other strategies, but to take down the industry itself. My ideas were dangerous. I am an intellectual rebel. I am part of fantasy football's intellectual dark web.
Oh, I get it. Just because I think Tom Brady is a lizard person, or that the game should be played without helmets because CTE builds character. Oh, that makes me a crazy person? That makes my ideas not valid? No, that's not how free speech works.
My idea was simple. Draft a team entirely made of tight ends.
We need to move the fantasy football industry to the blockchain. We need a permissionless, a censorship-resistant, an immutable public ledger where free fantasy thought can reign supreme. I refuse to let my ideas be suppressed any longer.
First round, you get a tight end. Second round, tight end. Third round, tight end. All the way down. 10th round, 11th rounds. Well, elite tight ends, bad tight ends, it matters not.
Look at these names on RotoViz. These are paid actors masquerading as math quants. These aren't real writers. I mean, look at these names. Ryan Bobbitt, Matt Wispy, Hassan Rahim. Those aren't real people. They are propagandists paid for by the fantasy industrial complex. Wake up! Wake up!
Rob Gronkowski, Charles Clay. There is no difference. By the end of the draft, you have 17 or 18 perhaps tight ends. And your league mates, well, they have none.
The left thinks quarterbacks are stupid. Think about that.
Think about that.
And yeah, I'm looking at you, JJ Zacharyson.
They come groveling to you like the peons they are. Please, please, give us a tight end. We have no tight ends. It's like taking bread away from the populace.
Tear down the gatekeepers. Tear down the paywalls. Free this content for the people.
They starve. But you have the bread. You have the bread.
When will it end? When will it end?
And you will exchange the bread for a fair price. Give me your Aaron Rodgers. Give me your elite running backs. Give me your DeAndre Hopkins. You take it all. You ravage the starving populace. Do you understand?
Give me free fantasy speech or give me death.
Do you understand the power of this idea? You transform your team of 17 tight ends into an elite fantasy squad.
I'm gonna denounce all of these sites. This bullshit 4 for 4. What's 4 for 4? I'll rip this shirt in half.
It's simple. There's nothing to it. This, friends, was the danger of my idea. This got me cast out of the fantasy industry and onto fantasy football's intellectual dark web.
Rotoviz, all those paid actors, bullshit writers, who needs them? God! God!
Did it have anything to do with me speaking positively of eugenics? Who's to say? Who's to say? It's impossible to say.
The FFPC, the home of the Players' Championship. Eric Balkman. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck when my ideas don't get sent out, don't get read? Who cares about a $35 best ball league when I have a beautiful brain?
Do I dole out fantasy advice to the eugenics section of Reddit? I do. That's the dark web part.
Oh, Roto Underworld, playerprofiler.com, really pretty profile. I don't care! I'll rip you to pieces!
Anyway, my idea wasn't just rejected, I was attacked personally. As someone who had completely lost his mind. When in fact, I was the only sane one.
I'm gonna rip this right down the middle to demonstrate what a farce Matt Kelly is.
And so I exist today with a much smaller audience. An audience that, yes, they want to hear about eugenics. But they also want to hear about the all tight end fantasy football strategy.
Roto grinders. They want to do season long. If
you have any interest in the all tight end fantasy football strategy, you know where to find me. I'll see you on the dark web.